Recording. Yeah. Just making sure it's got us in frame pretty well. Let me go to mute on that.
Maybe we should. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
How's it going, Chris?
How's it going, man?
Good.
Excellent. Now, whoa.
Watch out.
My head was just swiped just then. Oh wow, that looks interesting. So.
Yeah.
What day is this? Today is Sunday, right?
Yes.
The 28th?
Yes, today is Sunday, I believe.
Sunday, August 28th. Another fine day on this planet.
Yes, sir.
Well, relatively speaking. Yes. You, sir, are a hell of a man, quite an artist.
Thank you very much, Chris.
I envy you in your work.
Oh my, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, thank you. I don't take compliments well, but
Why?
thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Edits.
What?
Edits, yeah.
No edits, man. So, just out of curiosity, man, you are a tattoo artist.
Yes,
You're an
sir.
artist in general. But how long have you been in the tattoo trade, as it were?
I've been tattooing professionally for about a year now.
Okay.
But I've been practicing for about 5 or 6.
Excellent. And how was it that you came about? What was it that first drew you to tattooing?
Honestly, growing up, I think in middle school, my stepdad started getting a lot of tattoos, and we were in California, and so he started coming home with a lot of cool tattoos, mostly tribal stuff, but then again, I have my opinion on tribal, but I thought it looked pretty rad. So I'd already planned on getting a tattoo as a kid. I always told myself that when 18 comes around, I'll have something planned out. But I got my first tattoo when I was 18. Actually, right across the street here at the Texas Tattoo Emporium.
Oh, very groovy.
Yeah.
I think a few of my friends have gotten some over there.
Yeah, they were there for a while before they moved locations that year. But so I got that tattoo, and I was going to school at HEC for a while for like marketing or some bullshit like that. And
or some bullshit.
yeah.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 25. I turned 25 this last July.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that was around 2010 when I got my first tattoo, started going to school and stuff, and I kind of quit school after going for a year and started doing different jobs here and there, a lot of different things.
But something kept you attached to the idea.
You know what it was? By some strange stroke of events, I hit a doldrum for a couple of months, and my aunt had moved in, and my aunt Rosie is covered all over with tattoos. From her ex-husband, he was a tattoo artist, and so they moved in from California. And I was just sitting there one night, and he was doing a tattoo on her, and I had asked a question. I wasn't even that really interested, you know. Like I when I saw it going on, I had no idea that I'd be here some years later. But he asked me, like, "Do you want to try it out?" And I thought about it for a good while. For about an hour, I was like kind of, but finally I said, "Fuck it." And my aunt had me pick out a stencil, whatever stencil I wanted. Bless that woman. It was a big ass rose. I still have it posted on Facebook, I believe. My first tattoo, yeah. And he was he learned in prison, so he had a lot of practice in prison, and I think a lot of old school stuff. He's from California. He actually knew people. I think he mentioned people like what's this gentleman's name? Anyways, he's like he's an old school guy in the game, and as he was telling me to do the tattoo, it was real like trial by fire. Like I think the first lesson was hit a line, and I think traditionally before you tattoo on somebody. Before you hit your first line, you practice a lot of flash, or you practice a lot of this and that. So you take on an apprenticeship, and well, that was my apprenticeship. It started right there in the fucking kitchen.
Right.
And so I was hitting the line, and I wanted to pick up the machine. I mean, there were so many motions that were not familiar to me in my hand, and sensations going through my fingers and this and that. That I wanted to, pull the machine out, stop and pause and stuff, and look and keep wiping and stuff. But he was kind of in my ear, yelling and shit. So my first tattoo was stressful, really stressful. First of all, it was on my aunt. I love the lady. I didn't want to hurt her.
And this is something that's permanently on you.
Yeah, sure. But she was already covered head to toe. I was
right.
Unless of course they didn't want to do a bad job.
Right.
Which was my first tattoo. How the fuck do you expect to maybe do a good job on your first tattoo? I didn't. Before then, I hadn't even, to be honest with you, I used to like drawing as a kid, but I didn't really get into art. Maybe around middle school, I kind of started having different interests. And maybe not till after I got here and I hit that first tattoo, did I try to do an art piece. I think maybe just to see if I wanted to find something that I was confident in, to have an excuse to pursue tattooing, because I already knew that was going to probably be like a real extensive journey to actually just learn how to do the simple things. So after I did that tattoo, it came out alright. The lines were pretty clean. For a first tattoo, I feel confident saying. But sometime that week, I had done, I pulled out some oil pastels that a friend had given me, my neighbor, Scott, thank you. And I found some reference pieces online for Frankenstein that I wanted to draw or create. And so I spent about 3 nights, about 3 hours a piece, maybe longer, doing this Frankenstein portrait. And it came out pretty good,
Is this what you meant in reference to YouTube? Or is this something completely different?
Oh no, this is just this is just me kind of experimenting and trying to see if I had, I guess, the observational skills to actually, because that's what it would take. I assumed that I remember drawing as a kid that the hardest part was recreating.
Right.
And tattoos are mostly recreating unless you're sick with it, and there's a couple of people out there that tattoo right on the skin. Without a stencil or anything. So yeah, I did this Frankenstein. It came out okay, and I decided that maybe the next time I go around to school, I would maybe take up some art.
Always a good pursuit.
Yeah, always, always, everybody. So after making that decision, I took a few art classes. I continued tattooing on friends. Thanks everybody, you know who you are. But the way I did it, I think I did it in a responsible way. Of course, I encourage everybody to seek guidance and professional advice. But sometimes you really want to do something, you don't want to wait to learn. And sometimes the resources are not out there to be given by anybody. But we live in the age of information. So there's readily available information. If it's out there, it's out there. So yeah, I figured that if I wanted to be a tattoo artist, I'd have to be ambitious enough to take risks, and I did a lot of research. I always did, to my best knowledge, the best possible, and my best knowledge is still growing. There's still always little tips and things like that to make it up easier and clean and stuff like that. But yeah, back then in my scratching days, I would do things like I would take a black piece a black work piece and start there with maybe like stencil style tattoos. Just black fill, outline and black fill. And after a while, I hit like you would say like a wall, you know. I wanted to stop doing black and just solid fill pieces, and I wanted to learn. The first thing I kind of dove into was black and gray. Learning how to create soft tones was one of the hardest things. After just learning how to work coloring, but that's kind of a jump forward. I kind of had actually stopped tattooing for about a year, and I had done some boiler work, some terrible shit. You know, I hope all you guys kind of save up your money and get out of there soon.
What was that?
There's the boiler making. It's a terrible trade. It's not a terrible trade. It's necessary, but it's rough on the body. They usually work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for a few months.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's backbreaking. But I was doing that for about a year or two, so I couldn't figure out what to do. So I came back and I had some money saved up and I had some time. So I decided if I did want to go back to do that again, I'd have to figure something out. And I had actually gone back and done some more work, but in between that time I had between jobs, my friend Jesse Reyes, let me tattoo whatever the fuck I wanted, basically. So I had got some images off online that I really wanted to recreate, and I thought that would help me, like, you know, extend my technique and all this. So I remember doing about 4 or 5 pieces on him within 2 months, big pieces. You know, I did one on the arm, almost a half sleeve, and some leg pieces. But time kind of had run out. I had run out of money, so I had to go back to work again. And came back after a couple of months and really decided I didn't want to go back at all ever again. So I started looking for work around the Houston area, and places are scarce. You know, there's not that many places that just have an empty chair for a person who has a shallow portfolio. No matter how good it is, you know,
right?
You don't have the experience, stuff like that. So after getting the blood pathogen cert and all that online, it's usually going around looking for people who want to take you in and teach you stuff, you know, try to get like a pseudo apprenticeship out, which is what I was trying to do.